Hey everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we will be talking about Color Street.
What about the fun? Who wants to cover the fun?
This place is a nightmare.
I hope all of you had a fun holiday weekend. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you had a great day. I went to my in-laws for the weekend and celebrated Christmas with them. Had a great time. Ate some really awesome food. Ate more food when we celebrated with my family. So it was just a really, really great couple, well, I guess like a week now, and we are coming into the new year, so I just kept up some of the lights, decided to dress up for this video a little bit in celebration of the new year for 2023, and I thought, what better way to celebrate than one of my favorite MLMs to talk about, because they're just so much fun. This video's theme is all about enrolling individuals into Color Street and just how to go about that, or which people to look out for when you want to enroll somebody, because, I mean, of course, it's never usually about how to find potential customers, where to find, where to go to look for them. It's always where to go and look for potential downlines. And although there are videos out there of how to find customers, how to host parties and sell the most product, we all know at the core of it all, they do those things in the hope of turning those people into future downlines. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all of my fun links. I have links to my Patreon, my channel members, my anti-MLM playlist, my social medias, and an email that if you ever run across content that you'd like to see me react to for a future video, you can send it there. Alright, and since that's all I think I need to add for the intro, let's get started.
Hello, team No Excuses. I'm going to try to get through this fairly quickly. So I did this training for one of our upline leaders a few weeks back, and it's been highly requested that I do it in our team space for future reference. So that's why I'm here, and I'm going to try to go through my notes as quickly as possible because the last time I did this training, I lost my connection. Last time I did this training, it was very long-winded. So I'm going to try to move right along and get through this. So when it comes to enrolling, there is really no secret sauce. There's nothing I can tell you that's just going to be like, oh, that was the word I needed to hear. Now I can go enroll a whole team. Like, it doesn't work that way. So I'm sorry if that's what you were expecting.
No, I actually really appreciate that from her. I really appreciate the honesty of there truly is no like secret word or phrase, or I'm not, I didn't do something that, well, unless she got in early, that would be the secret word and the secret sauce, and was in a previous MLM and invited all those people to come along with her, which then boosted her up the pyramid a little bit quicker. So there is that. That is a secret, but I think a lot of them know that. Maybe they don't. I do appreciate her starting out by saying, I'm not going to come on here and have the end-all be-all knowledge, which, to be fair, I mean, it just regurgitated information from MLM to MLM passed on from the MLMs in the before times, but I do appreciate that.
So, all right. My secret sauce to enrolling is to be confident in our amazing product, our committed CEO, the home office team, and yourself. All of those things combined are going to really set you up to be able to enroll. Now, I know that's not like, oh, okay, I'm confident in our product, I'm confident in our committed CEO, all the things, but truly that's what it boils down to, is you've got to have confidence in the product that you are sharing. You have to have confidence in the man that is leading this fierce train that we are all on, Mr. Fa Park. If you don't...
Coming and saying like you have to have so much confidence in our fierce leader, the guy that created the product, like to me, that comes off a little culty, I think would be the word that comes to my mind, but that could just be me. I just do think that's a little odd that in order to enroll, you have to be just so excited and happy for the CEO of the company that you paid to work for. Which is odd because I thought you were the CEO of your own business, but whatever. I guess there could be multiple CEOs in one company, but only in an MLM can that actually happen, or at least in their minds it happens.
Know him, you need to watch his story, you need to listen to him speak, because that man is loyal and committed like nothing I've ever seen in my life. He has been working on this dream since I was a baby. That is a long time, you guys. You need to be confident in the home office team who is there to support us. And most importantly, you've got to be confident in yourself. You cannot share this product and this opportunity if you are not confident in yourself. The foundation needed for you to begin enrolling is commitment in your business and consistency in your business. If your VIPs, if your followers, if your audience does not know, like, and trust you, they will not do business with you, and they darn sure will not join your team. So ask yourself, how is my personal business? Am I showing up in my personal business? What does that look like? What does my VIP group look like? When is the last time I've done a party? What did that party look like? Did I share the business in that party? Think about all.
I love how you're going there to have a party to sell the nail polish strips and do like a nail strip party, you know, a stripping party. Oh wait, that's Elamere, not Color Street. But, but you're there to sell these sets of nail polish, right? Or are you really there to get a bunch of people in a room, get them excited, and get them to sign up for the business as well, buy the starter kit cost, instead of just buying a couple things of nail polish strips? I think one is definitely more of the incentive of why you're doing these parties. It also is a way for you to be like, hey, friend, can you get other people who, I don't know, like friends and family that you have, and look at how much people are buying, and you could have gotten more commission from this. Like, you could be benefiting from this. So that is really what the parties are for, because as you said, like, did you enroll anyone at these parties? Like, why can't they just go there to sell product? Why do they need to also offer people the opportunity at every aspect, every stop, every moment of life? It's because that's the real business product, is the opportunity.
All of those things. What does your personal business look like? Because if your personal business is not a strong foundation for you to build off of, then you need to pump the brakes, stop worrying about enrolling, and make sure your VIP group is on point. Make sure that you yourself are on point and working your business and ready to enroll before you jump ahead to enrolling. This is a business. Are you treating this like a business? Are you showing up daily? This business truly works if you work it, you guys. I say that all the time. I know it probably sounds so corny and you get tired of hearing me say this, but this is not a business that you sign up for and you just sit back and you're like, where's the money? Show me the money. I'm here.
Unless you left a different MLM or you have a bunch of friends who are willing to sign up and purchase from you, then that does make it easier. But that is true, is that this is definitely, without a doubt, not the kind of business that you can just sit back and just barely talk about it and just make a bunch of money. However, they do say the product sells itself, so that is kind of confusing because it does seem like you could just mention the product and people are just like, oh my god, I have to have it, and you get a bunch of commission for it, and then people put the nail polish strip on once and they're like, I have to sell this, I don't know what is in this, I don't know what I'm doing, but because I tried this product one time, I just have to sell it, because that's how it always works. At least that's how they claim that it works, is that you just talk about the product and it sells itself, which is absolutely not the case.
No, you guys, it is a business. You must be committed. You must show up. You must commit time. You must put in some work in order to see the benefits, okay? So,
a lot of work too, like a lot of work, like coming in daily to work. And for people that have their own business, do they work daily? Absolutely. But it's because they're also working on the products, and they're working on the website, and they're working on a lot of behind the scenes stuff that the home office is doing all for them. All the customer service, all the shipping, all the pricing, all the website stuff. That is what they are doing. The only thing that the individual, the stylist, is doing is promoting the product and getting out there and being a salesperson for it. But yet they are still arguably working the same or more than people who own their own traditional small business, which is just absurd.
How is your mindset and your attitude? Those two things are key, you guys. I can't tell you how many dark places I have visited, and sometimes visited way too long, because my mindset and my attitude were not on point. I did not have the mindset and the attitude of a business owner. I didn't. And I'll admit that, because when you allow negativity and darkness to consume you and you get comfortable there, it is so flippin' hard to get out, you guys. I'm telling you, because I've been there, and I can tell you how hard it is to get out of that valley once you settle in and get comfortable. So if you are in that valley right now, the only way you're going to get out is by starting to take steps to go, okay? So what you give power to has power over you. You have to remember that. And I've had to tell myself that on multiple occasions, because I was in those negative spots. I was in those valleys. I was in those rain clouds that I thought were never going to end. And I started to just say, okay, well, maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I'm never going to book a party. Maybe I'm never going to have anybody trust me enough to allow me to lead them. Maybe I'm never going to have VIPs that respond when I make posts in my group that I feel like are amazing. And I allowed that negativity to just eat at me and eat at me. And I got really comfortable there because I allowed the enemy to come in and settle into my mind. And what I gave power to eventually had power over me. So you have to remain positive. Feed your mind with positivity. And there's so many different ways that you can do that. You can do that by surrounding yourself with positive people. Get yourself an accountability partner. Listen to some podcasts. Listen to some YouTubers. Listen to motivational speakers. Go to church. Whatever it is that you do, you have to fill yourself with positivity. And it's so true. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with.
So I will agree with her that a lot of that was good advice. A lot of times when we are trying something new, we are the hardest on ourselves. We are telling ourselves that it's not going to work. We're comparing ourselves to other people who are doing it, who are successful, and being like, well, I'm never going to get there. So I totally understand that, and it is good to change your mindset on it. However, when it comes to an MLM, when you are surrounding yourself with people who are profiting off of you and they're the ones telling you to stay in, when you maybe have not made any profit and you have probably lost money in what you're doing, it does make sense that you would want to get out, but just other people telling you, well, just focus more, change your mindset, listen to these podcasts, read these books. It's that positivity mindset that they want you to do that almost brainwashes you to stay in, that this is a good thing, just keep trying, just keep going, and you're putting more and more money into this, like hurting yourself financially because people are benefiting from you staying in. Because having doubts in an MLM is a good thing, and they will treat it as a negative thing. And also, surrounding yourself by positive people usually just means more people in the MLM. And maybe people in your personal life, friends, family, are hinting at the idea of you leaving the MLM because you're not seeing any sort of anything back. The MLM is only taking, it's not giving anything back. So those people are just trying to be a voice of reason, somebody that you can vent to, and maybe they're like, yeah, that doesn't sound like it's really working out, you should probably get out. And maybe they're very kind about it, but in an MLM, they will say that those are the negative people, and you're like, those are the people you shouldn't talk to anymore. So they will shun you away from people who actually care, pretend like in the MLM circle that they are the ones that truly care. They are the only ones who really get it, when it's your friends and family. They've known you the longest, and more than likely they're not profiting off of you. Hopefully. But yeah, when your circle, your group of besties, your tribe are just keeping you in to profit off of you, that's not true friendship.
So what are you surrounding yourself with? You might need to get some positive people in your life, you guys. Maybe the people you're surrounding yourself with are feeding that negativity, and you need to tell them.
Exactly. So if it's your friends and family, she is not saying she's saying this, but if your friends and family are saying you should probably get out of this MLM, you're only putting more money into it. I don't want to buy any more nail polish strips. I don't want to join. I'm tired of you asking me. They're saying that people in the MLM are saying, well, those are negative people. You shouldn't surround yourself with them anymore. You should put them on the back burner and surround yourself more with people who are in the MLM, people who get it, people who are trying to just be the best version of themselves. And because as always, when you're in an MLM, you're just there to help people. You're just there to be the savior of everybody, not to make money off of those people. No, never.
I'm sorry, but I have goals in my life. I have a vision. And I've got to take a step back. I mean, you don't have to be rude about it, but you have to surround yourself with positive people. Speak positivity.
I will say, though, is that in a non-MLM world, that is good advice. That is good advice. But again, there's a difference between people who are just maybe voicing concerns, sharing like, hey, maybe this isn't for you because of X, Y, and Z. That doesn't make them a negative person. Especially if they're friends and family. They're doing it because they care. But in MLM world, if people say you should get out of this business, that automatically makes them a negative person. If people don't like the MLM world, they're just a negative person. And it's like, you really think there's just that many negative people out there? Like, I don't believe that.
For you and your business. And I know you guys are going to think this is corny, but I would love for you to tell me, I am, and fill in the blank. Because when you speak positivity over yourself, not only are you giving yourself that confidence, but you are giving yourself that belief, and you have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is half the battle. So when you wake up in the morning and you stand up and you say, I am an amazing leader. I am a strong seller. I am an amazing mother. I am a phenomenal business owner. Whatever it is, you speak that positivity over yourself, and you see how much that changes your mindset. I'm telling you, I know you guys think it's crazy.
And it may change your mindset. That could happen, but if you're still not making sales and you're still not recruiting people, then you can be the most positive person in the world. But if you're not making money in something that you claim is your business and your job, then what is all this positivity? It's wasted positivity. You're just really lying to yourself at that point. That is really what it becomes, is that you're putting so much energy to change your mindset, because you believe that if you just change your mindset, again, it's always on the individual. It's always their fault for doing something wrong. If you change your mindset, then all your problems will go away, because that's all it was. You just had a negative mindset, and that's why you couldn't sell any products or recruit any individuals. But even if you change your mindset and you really work hard on that and you do the business every single day and you still don't see anything, then what? Is it still the individual's fault for having a bad mindset and not working hard? No, it is the poor structure of the MLM structure, shaped like a pyramid for a reason. Yes, other corporate businesses are shaped like a pyramid, but when majority of the sales of the product are from within the pyramid and not without, that is a huge issue to begin with. Most corporations do not turn customer into competition. But in MLM, they're totally okay with that. They literally just want everyone to buy the starter kit cost, continuously buying the new products as they come out, and keeping the business afloat, and really, really profiting the ones at the top. Because pretty much I think all CEOs of MLMs are multi-millionaires / billionaires, and that's from all the people within the shape of the triangle, not from without.
But I may or may not have Post-it notes around my house with things on that so that I'm reminded daily of the person that I am and the worth that I have. And you have to remind yourself of that. You have to speak those things over yourself. Something else that you can do that will really help you build that confidence and belief in yourself is asking your VIPs. Reach out personally and say, hey, I would just love to know, why do you choose to do business with me? Out of everybody out there, why do you choose me? Or if you are already a leader, reach out to your downline and just say, hey, Danielle, if you don't mind me asking, why did you choose to enroll with me? There are so many stylists out there. There are so many leaders out there. Why did you choose me?
Probably most of the time it's because they're friends and family, or because they got to them first over somebody else. That's probably what it is. But they'll say some sweet thing like, you were just so inspiring to, it's always just these like, as many adjectives as they can shove into one sentence is usually the answer.
And just see what they say. You guys will be surprised. Do it. That will help build your confidence and your belief in yourself. I promise you. I've done it before with my VIPs, and some of the things they told me, I was like, wow. Because a lot of times I feel like I'm failing in my personal business. I'm just going to be real raw with you guys. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like, there are people out there that are outworking me. I feel like a lot of not so worthy things of myself. And when I connect with my VIPs and I hear positive things from them, nothing fuels my fire more than that. And she is actually giving some very good advice. It just is so unfortunate that she found herself in the MLM world, because I think she is very well spoken. I think she's giving good advice on just general life things. And maybe it's just because that is very it's simplistic life advice, but I think it's relatable life advice, and I think that it's good. It just sucks that she found herself in the MLM world. And I've said this about a handful of individuals that I have featured on the channels. It's like, I genuinely think that they just got lost in the MLM world, and they would be so amazing doing literally anything else outside of the MLM, and they'd be so successful, and I would root for them so much. It just sucks that she found herself in an MLM and is doing this all for potential recruits and is spewing nonsense, really, when it comes to MLMs, because a lot of this advice doesn't work when it comes to the MLM world, but I think it can definitely work for the outside world. Like with that, being relatable in that way of it may look like I'm successful, but behind the scenes, I am comparing myself to others and blah, blah, blah. I do that a lot, a lot. And I'm trying to get out of that mindset and not compare myself to other people who, of course, do other anti-MLM stuff. I genuinely love what I do, and I know I should branch out and do our things. It's like I'm looking at our people and I'm like, but I don't know if I could do that, or I don't know if I'd even want to do that, and I can't put myself in that, because then I start to do nothing basically and be like, well, I know I can never do what they do, or I know I can never do it as well, so then I get down on myself and I'm like, well, then why am I even doing this? I love doing this. I'm not stopping doing this. I just have to get out of my own head a lot of the time, a lot of the time. I am always in my head thinking of a lot of, not negative, but down on myself, so I have to tell myself, stop comparing. And I've said this to you guys, is if I was in an MLM, the comparison would be horrible. Seeing the people around me, seeing the people above me, seeing the people even below me if they surpass me. I would compare. And it would not be good, and it would really get to me. So that's why I know I would not be good in MLM for a lot of reasons. But yeah, I do that with YouTube, but I think that I definitely don't do as much as I would if I was in an MLM. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I do compare, even though I know I shouldn't. And you guys watch me because you enjoy me for what at least I hope so, for what I put out, and not because I'm trying to copy other people or because of whatever. You guys are here, I hope, for me and my content, and then you go to them for them and their content, and we're just different people, and everybody's different, and we all do it different ways, and it's meant to be that way.
So I will end it there. That was my little tiny truth talk with you guys. Thank you for listening.
Sometimes it's just hearing, I choose you because you're passionate. I choose you because you're committed. I choose you because you're fun. I choose you because you show up no matter
Oh my god, she's so fun.
what it is. And I'm like, oh, that's why I'm doing this. That is why I'm here. That is why I show up every day. So ask your customers, ask your team, and see what they say. A lot of times we are our own worst enemy because we are so hard on ourselves, when really we are doing a lot better than what we give ourselves credit for. Trust me, you guys. Okay, so build the foundation and it will grow. Remember that you always have to walk before you run. And you guys, something I think about a lot is, most of you probably have kids. If you don't, one of these days you probably will. But when my children were learning to walk, they fell so many times. They fell so many times. Mama wasn't always there to catch them. But when they kept falling, I don't think my kids ever thought to themselves, walking isn't for me. I'm never gonna walk.
Well, that's because they're children. They don't have, like, complex thought yet. They just kind of do without thinking. They're not thinking like, I fell, so now because I fell, I'm never going to walk ever again. Some kids might think that. Some kids could think that, I think, but the parent would support them and encourage them to keep trying and keep pushing themselves. But it really is because children don't have complex adult thought yet.
No, they kept getting back up and they kept on trying. They kept on trying. And before you knew it, they were walking. And then lo and behold, what happened next? They were running. They were running from mama. Okay, so you have to remember that you must walk before you run.
But how long do you walk before you even start jogging? How long do you walk for in the MLM until you just don't even get to the jogging part? Like, they want them to stay and just be like, oh, you're still in the walking phase. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years. I haven't even seen any sort of faster movement. I'm not even speed walking. I'm still just walking. And it's like, they just convince you, like, oh, it's because you're still in the early phase. And, you know, it takes people 5-6 years to do this. Our CEO, it took him 30 plus years to do this. And look where he is. And it's just, they always got some sort of answer.
Just crawl before you walk. So keep that in mind. And are you showing up daily? Are you showing up in your VIP? Are you sampling people? Are you doing parties? Because if you are doing all of those things, the enrollments will follow. When I have a slower season of enrolling, I think to myself, how many parties have I been doing? When's the last time I sent a sample out? When's the last time I even shared the business with somebody? Because there are steps that you must do before you get to the enrolling. You cannot just join a business and say, I'm gonna grow a team. That is not how Color Street works.
Fair enough, because we have heard in many MLMs that you should start telling people about the business day one. You should start finding people to do this along with you day one. So I appreciate her for not saying that. Again, love all of the things that she's saying, just absolutely hate that she's in an MLM.
Color Street is not a pyramid scheme. We do
Okay, well, can't agree with that.
not get paid off our enrollments other than getting paid off of our organization. But
So you do make money off of your enrollments. So how are you not a pyramid scheme if you are making money off the people that join?
we do not make a dime off of enrollments when people join our team. So it is not like typical companies out there where people are getting paid to enroll. That is,
Yeah, that's a typical pyramid scheme, but you're getting paid from, you sometimes will get bonuses from hitting certain ranks that require you to have people underneath you. That's kind of getting paid off of those people. You also get a certain commission based off of your downline's sales. That's also getting paid from those people. That is making money off of those people. The difference between a pyramid scheme and an MLM is one is product-based, one isn't. Doesn't really make a difference. I mean, MLM and pyramid scheme go hand in hand. You Google MLM, more than likely within the first few searches, pyramid scheme will pop up very shortly after. A lot of times when you Google certain MLMs, you know how Google would be like top searches or related searches? It'll be like blank insert MLM is pyramid scheme ? So they usually go hand in hand.
Not how this works. We get paid to share a product. So if anybody ever says,
But I thought you were all about, oh, now she's saying, now everything that I gave her compliments for, she is turning her back on me. You don't get paid to share products. If that was the case, then everybody all day long would be talking about on fake. Not that they don't. They act like they get paid to share products with how much they are on social media like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. But no, just because you talk about the product on your social media does not mean you're making money.
Color Street's a pyramid scheme, you can show them that difference right there, that no, Color Street stylists get compensated by sharing a product. We do not make 50% off of enrollments or whatever these other companies do. So just keep that in your back pocket.
No, but you still get money based off of their sales. And you also get bonuses based off of ranking up within a certain amount of time. Which usually to rank up, you need people below you, and then you need those people to find people below them, and so on and so forth, creating your own this. What does that sound like?
Business is built off of a product that we share, and that comes from sampling people, doing parties, all of that, right? Okay.
Yeah, so obviously you need a product to get people to be enticed. Shiny, beautiful present, horrible nothingness when you open it up.
Not gonna get on that tangent. I almost did, and I had to just pump my brakes for a minute. Like, you're not here to talk about that, okay? All right.
You clearly get very triggered by it. When you have to defend your company about not being a scam over and over and over and over and over again, maybe it is. Maybe. Or at least, maybe you should stop and think, why do I have to keep defending myself about not being a scam over and over and over again? I don't know. Maybe the red flags that's could not be more in your face. Maybe look at it.
So, I want to talk to you guys about fun. So think to yourself, am I having fun with this? Am I being bold? I always tell people you need to share the Color Street business opportunity just like the Girl Scouts ask you if you want to buy cookies. Those cute little Girl Scouts, lo and behold, they will ask every single person, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Notice how you're talking about the Girl Scouts selling you a product, not asking you to join the Girl Scouts. Two different things.
A lot of people tell them no, a few people tell them yes, but guess what? When I walk by them and I say, no, thank you, I just bought some last week, they're like, okay, thank you. And then the next person walks by, hi, would you like to buy some cookies? That's how we need to be. We need to have that boldness that the Girl Scouts do. And we need to walk up to people and we need to share the business with them. Think about if the person had not shared the business with you that got you started with this, right?
More than likely, somebody else from either that same MLM or a different MLM would offer them the exact same opportunity. Because as unique and wonderful and rare as they think this opportunity is everywhere.
Adventure is up there!
Okay, be bold. Share about this business on your personal page, on your stories, okay? That was something that I've struggled with for a really long time, but then I thought to myself, those that matter to me, they're not going to mind that I'm sharing my success, that I'm sharing my product. And those that do care, okay, peace, leave. I really don't care. So you don't have to be spammy about it either. I'm not saying to show up every single day cramming nail polish down people's throats. They know that we share this product, but there are ways to go about sharing on your personal social media without being spammy. And maybe I need to do a training on that and talk about how you can sprinkle Color Street into your personal page and your stories and all that jazz. So authentic. Are you being authentic? So are you being you? Are you sharing shout outs when your upline recognizes you and creates them cute shout out graphics? Are you sharing those in your stories? Are you sharing those with your VIPs? Are you sharing on your personal page? Let's say that you get something from your upline for, having a phenomenal month or something, sharing that with your followers and letting them know, sharing it with your VIPs and thanking them for their support and saying, without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to do this. What about personal goals and achievements? Let's say that you set a goal to sell 300 PV in a month, and maybe you ended up with 400 PV. Share that accomplishment, because not only did you reach your goal, but you exceeded it. And that's something to brag about. And I hope that you are setting goals in your business, because this is a business. And if you don't set goals, you don't have a map, you don't have directions, you don't know where the hell you're going. So I don't know where you're going to end up. You have to set goals. If you don't, you're just going to have some mediocre month, and you're probably not going to be happy with yourself. And then that's going to lead to discouragement, which is going to lead to negativity. And before you know it, you're going to be under that dark cloud of rain that I was talking about earlier. You have to set goals every single month. You have to know where you're headed, what you need, how you're going to get there, or else you're going to end up on a road to nowhere fast. It's happened to me several times. Relationships. We need to be building relationships. And remember that enrolling and starting a business is about them, not you. This is about our people, not us. It's not what you can do for me. It's what can I do for you.
I guess whatever they want to tell themselves. Sure.
And remember that we are Color Street farmers. So what does that mean? It is our job to share. It is our job to plant seeds. So you may go out and you may plant 50 seeds today, but guess what? Those 50 seeds are not going to sprout corn or tomatoes or flowers or whatever it is that you're planting. It's going to take time. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep taking care of those seeds, and eventually you're going to see the flower or the fruit.
50 today, 50 tomorrow, keep you up with the 50 from yesterday, 50 the day after, keep you up from the 100 the previous 2 days. But that doesn't sound exhausting at all. At least, like, if you're planting real seeds, you just go out, you water them, you make sure they have enough sun, and then you go back inside. But no, sometimes you have to keep up conversation all day long, sometimes weeks long, and it could lead to nowhere, which I guess could work with the same thing with planting something. You could water it, take care of it, and it could still not grow. But again, one is definitely less disappointing than the other one, and less mentally draining than the other one.
Or the plant or whatever it is that the seed was planted for. So that is our job, to plant those seeds and know that you will reap the benefits of that someday. When is that day? We don't know.
But you could also reap the benefit of only one of them. You could literally be talking to 50 people for weeks and you could only get one yes and maybe 2 sales and all of that. That is a lot of work for very little return.
You have to stay committed. You have to stay the course and know that eventually those people that you share the business with, if and when they are ready, they're going to remember, hey, talk to me about this. I need to go back to her and let her know I'm ready for something fun. I'm ready for something for myself.
Color Street and the word fun. Like, the very first time I talked about Color Street and the way she said fun, I was like, I just, like, loved it. I found it so funny. But they truly do say the word fun more times than any other MLM out there.
Ready for something to make some extra side money. I'm ready for enter whatever it is. Okay, I told you guys I was gonna make this quick, and I'm not.
I was sharing about nail polish strips all day long on every social media platform and constantly talking about it. How is that fun? Where is the fun aspect in that?
I'm talking so much. Okay, nail bars. Are you doing nail bars? Remember that the majority of the stylists that you meet are going to come from nail bars. It's either going to be a guest that was in the nail bar, or it's going to be your hostess. Share the opportunity with your hostesses and be sure to share it with the guest. Something that is huge, do not forget about our stylist locator. If you go to colorstreet.com, you can type in and see the top 5 stylists in your surrounding area, and you can see if you fall on that. But with all of this paid advertising and paid marketing and stuff that Color Street is doing, there are quite a few leads that are coming in, and they are being filtered through the stylist locator. So what does that mean? Let's say that I show up and, I'm in Cedarville and I want to start a Color Street business, or I want to place an order. I am not going to be able to place an order or join Color Street without being connected with a stylist. There is not a single order or a single stylist that comes into Color Street without being connected with a stylist.
That's so annoying. That is just so annoying. Like, if you want to purchase something, they're like, you have to buy through somebody. You have no choice. You have to buy through somebody. Can't just be an easy thing. No, You have to be connected to someone, and maybe that person will then reach out to you and be like, did you love it? Oh my God, are you going to buy more? Do you want to join this? I have a great opportunity for you. Always something when it comes to an MLM, always an additional something.
With a leader. So when I come in and I say, okay, this is my area, I want to join, or I want to place an order. If I'm not connected with a stylist, it's going to go in and it's going to go to those stylists that fall in that stylist locator. And it's going to say, here are the top 5 stylists in your area. And then you choose the one that you want to shop with. And how does that happen? It is based upon your sales, your enrolling, how you onboard new stylists. So how many stylists have you helped to achieve their jump starts, and your rank? And it is the top 5 within a...
So 3 out of the 4 things all have to do with recruitment. All have to do with, I was going to say enrolling, but I want to say recruitment. So 3 out of the 4 reasons why you are in the top 5 is because of how many people you have underneath you.
25-mile radius. And this repopulates every single month when commissions run. So maybe you have, a good month and then you have a not so good month. It's okay, because every single time commission runs, this updates. So if you are curious, go look and see if you fall in the top 5 in that 25-mile radius of where you are. Okay, so what happens when somebody says, hey, I'm interested in this business. I want to know what you do. I know I'm old school, but you guys, get them on the phone. Get them on the phone so that you can talk to them.
Hasn't it been like the last maybe 4 or 5 MLMs that I've been talking about? They say something like, get them on a 3-way call, get them on the phone, talk to them, get personally so they can listen to you and hear how excited you are and how much you love this. So yeah, they are really, really going for this phone call thing, which is funny because I feel like most people don't talk on the phone anymore. They just text. It's just so much easier, because sometimes being on the phone could just be kind of exhausting, and not saying it stops you from doing everything, so I'll easily put my phone on speaker while I'm talking to my sister, but sometimes it can, just a quick text and then while you're doing other things, and then you can do other things, then come back, text again, go from there. But also, when it comes to a phone call, you have to make sure that you put time aside. You have to make sure, at least for me, I'm, mentally, preparing myself pretty much all day, because I know I have to, set time for something to do on the phone. So, yeah, it just seems like lately a lot of these MLMers have been talking about doing the phone call thing. And I don't know if this is just a weird coincidence, but also, as we all know, doesn't matter what the product is, all MLMs are the same, aren't they?
Our brains, especially women, our brains are wired to find everything wrong. Our brains are wired to think negative about everything. So somebody says, I've got this great business opportunity I want to talk to you about.
My immediate thought would be what pyramid scheme are you a part of?
Oh, I don't know enough people. Oh, I'd never be able to do that. I'm not a people person. I can't sell things. I can't this. I can't that. I can't.
All of those are true. I am not a people person. I don't have a lot of friends. I cannot sell things. All of the above.
But what if? Okay?
Yeah, but what if you invest the $128 into this business, and you invest a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then now you've invested about $500 into this business, and you've received nothing back in return. And the only answer that you are getting from your upline is to just keep investing, keep putting more time into this. That's the answer. What if then?
So you get people on the phone and you talk to them and you let them know, okay, how do you feel about this? What are your concerns? A lot of times they will talk themselves into it, okay? And you are just there to listen. If they ask a question, you are there to answer that question. But be prepared to overcome objections. I wrote that on my notes. We are wired to think negatively. I already talked about that. Now, this is what I want you to do, because
what if they don't have the financial means to do this? What if they don't have any friends or family to help jumpstart their business? Those things are not objections. Those things are legitimate reasons on why. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you should never join MLM. I feel like I say that every time. Every time I go to say that, I stop myself. Well, there's a lot of reasons. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. There's a lot of reasons.
I don't want you to be some a-hole and somebody gives you an objection and you're like, okay, well, blah, 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 and you start being rude. No, you need to relate to people. So how do I do that? I'm going to give you guys a scenario of myself. Back when I joined, like 4 years ago, yeah, 4 years ago. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. That's a long time. So when I joined, I didn't have time. Okay. I really thought I didn't have time. Back then I was working as a nurse. My husband owned his own construction company, which I was managing and running from home on top of nursing, and 3 kids. Jalen was 2. The boys were both in travel baseball at the time. So you guys can only imagine how crazy my life was. And I was trying to succeed at a different network marketing company, which I had tried for 3.5 years and did not do well.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. They always jump from one to the other, and maybe she brought people along with her from the previous MLM into this one, which made this one a lot more, what's the right word? Lucrative for her. Made her, she actually saw success because she was able to bring people over, rank up a lot quicker, and because I think Color Street started in 2017, so she got in very early on into Color Street, which makes a lot of sense on why she is successful. So that definitely could play a role in her success in Color Street, assuming that she even has any. You never know with people on what truly is going on behind the scenes. They can appear successful, have the aesthetic that you want, say all the correct things, but not be making any money.
Street was a breath of fresh air. Like my first week as a stylist, I thought, if I had known this a long time ago, I would have joined, because the other company, Color Street, blew them out of the water tremendously. I was like, wow, I wish I had the support and the resources with that company that I have with Color Street.
And I love it. I love the hate on the other MLM. I just wish they would say what MLMs they are. A lot of times they just say, I was a part of a previous MLM, or I was a part of a different health and wellness MLM, which doesn't help at all because there's like 1,000,001 health and wellness MLMs. I just wish they would name the MLM. That would make me even happier. But the fact that you probably said very similar stuff about the products and the company and how much she loves it and how great of an opportunity it is and how much growth she's had, all of that in the previous MLM, but nope, don't worry about that one. It's now this one. This is the best one.
Because God only knows where I would have been with that company. But I didn't, and I'm here now, and this company is bomb, and I'm a lifer. So I'll be here preaching 10 years from now. So anyhow, somebody comes to you, says, I would love to do this. I love the product, but I just don't have time. I completely understand how you feel. In fact, I felt that same exact way back when I joined 4 years ago. But what I have found is I was able to fit it into the cracks of my life. Facebook has this amazing Facebook scheduling feature that I utilize all the time when I have downtime, and I fit the business right into the cracks whenever I can.
So she's saying cracks, but we know that she truly means nooks and crannies of your time, because we all have those. We all think of any time that we have any moment to ourselves as a nook and a cranny.
So you relate to people. You meet them where they're at. You don't make it about you. It is all about them and how this business can help them, how you can support them, and you meet them exactly where they are at. So that's all I have on my notes. One thing I do want to add, though, because I was just having this conversation with a leader today, is you have got to find that line between relating and trying to meet them where they're at and being pushy. Okay, you don't want to get to the point where you feel scared to reach out, or you feel like you are forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do. Because if you have to beg them or bug them to join, then what is leadership going to look like with them? You are not going to want somebody that you have to twist their arm to get them to start this business. You want people that are motivated, people that have goals, people that are ready to treat this as a business. So if you feel that you have these people that you are just spamming all the time, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have reached out to her 50 times and she ignores me every time. Well, If you are spending all of your time putting all your eggs in one basket, then you are probably letting people pass you by that are ready for this business and they're joining with other people, because you are so hung up on these 1 or 2 or 3 people, and you are not out doing parties, you are not out sharing the business, and you are letting those people pass you by and get connected with the stylists who are out there working their business. Know that once you plant that seed, if that person is intentional about this business and it is something that really interests them, they are going to be behind the scenes looking into the company, asking you questions, researching the company like the FBI, just like I did before I joined. I literally wanted to find something wrong with this business. Like I was bound and determined that I was going to find some fine print that was like, see, I knew it was too good to be true. I researched and researched and researched, and finally my husband was like, what do you have to lose? You are going to get 10 sets of nail polish in that starter kit, which, yeah, it was 10 sets back then. He's like, you're going to get 10 sets of nail polish in that starter kit with a bunch of business supplies. And if worse comes to worse, you've got 10 sets that you're going to wear regardless. So why are you not buying that dang kit? And I'm like, you right. Okay.
For a lot of reasons, maybe a lot of people that just don't have $128 to just spend right then and there. Could be that. Maybe they are doing it because they need the quick turnaround, and you cannot promise that to them, but yet, of course, they make it seem like it's just so much easier than what it is.
Okay, let me go sign up and get my thing. So that's what I did. So anyhow, you guys, I hope this helped. If you would, just drop me a little comment and let me know what you took away from this. And that's all I ever ask when I go live, because I always like to know that at least one person took something from my message. So you guys, I hope it helped, and I will talk to you all soon.
Bye, Color Street lady. Well, I can tell you that what I took from it was that you did give generally like pretty good advice when it comes to certain things, but then you let me down at a certain point, and I was like, the MLM truly came out. You know, it's like they have this like maybe her real life persona and then her MLM persona, and they were like kind of intermixed, and sometimes they can do that pretty well in these calls that they do, or these teachings that they do. But I had to keep looking at the title of this video, which was Enrolling Basics. Like, I understand that, trust me, I got that this whole thing was about how to recruit people, but I don't know if I really picked up on anything besides the fact that your mentality needs to be positive, and you need to love the product, love the CEO, and love the home office, which is very bizarre to me, very weird, and that you are not in this for yourself, you're in this for other people. Which again, it's like, you're starting a business, and yes, maybe you do start a business because you have a product that a lot of people want, but you're doing it also to make money to help yourself. You help yourself first by helping other people at the same time, or it may just turn into that. But it's like, how much can you honestly help people with nail polish strips that are more expensive than if somebody went to Walmart? And Walmart carries the In Coco brand, which is the same exact formula as Color Street, and they're cheaper. Yes, you may not get as many sets, and I know they have other nail polish strips out there on the market. Like, they are not the only one out there that is like that. I mean, they're all different with the formula, of course, but it's not the end-all be-all. Like, it's nail polish strips. You're not changing the world one nail at a time. I find it so bizarre that they all think that their products are changing lives, and maybe they got this whole like changing lives thing from like the health and wellness MLMs that are like, you know, when you lose weight and you work out, like you feel better and it can change your life in a positive way. So then all of the other ones that are like not product based, but more like beauty based, such as Monet or Color Street or Unique, or even the clothing, like this will change your life. You wear it, life changed. And it's like, I don't think that's necessarily the case, unless it's Monet and your hair falls out. Then that is the case. Or it's Color Street, and when I tried it, like I got these weird like indents in my thumb And it took a long time for it to go away. I mean, it's fine now, but it was like really weird. I was like, that didn't happen before I put the Color Street nails on. So I don't know if maybe I was allergic to it or if it was like eroding my nails, like eating away at it, like an acid or something. I don't know. I don't know if I put acid on my fingers, but it smelled really bad out of the package. If you guys have never seen me put them on, I will probably have it in a card up here. I usually link when I tried Color Street in my Color Street videos. But yeah, I don't think that was the case. I don't think there's acid in it, but I don't know. You never know with these MLMs. You never know truly what is going on behind the scenes. But remember, love the CEO, love the home office. This is not a cult. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. I had a great time with this one. Color Street is always just so much fun, isn't it? So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything Color Street in the comments below. And until 2023, I will see you guys then. Bye!